I'm with Westridge Artists, which is a community-based organization that is made up of artists of various disciplines, and we're a group organized to showcase work of artists within the Westridge neighborhood. I'm an oil pastel artist. I recently retired from 20-year stint of painting and decorating churches and theaters and state capitals and all those kinds of high-end, beautiful, decorated stuff. So now I'm retired and back to doing my first love, which is oil pastels, which I started 30 years ago and I'm just now getting back into. This is a group of paintings that I had done just after a visit to many of the national parks out west, including Bryce Canyon, Grand Canyon, Goblin Valley. This is the work that I did just after coming back. This is all over for acres and acres and acres and acres. These beautiful sculptured rocks that have been carved by wind and rain. So these are all done in oil and wax pastel. Wax pastels are basically pigment with an awful lot of wax in it. It's very similar to a crayon, but it's much more advanced than that. When I start my painting, I'll brush on some broad brush strokes of whatever color my background is initially going to be. And then with a wet brush, I fill in the whole area. Anything that's in the background is wax pastel, and anything that's in the foreground is oil pastel. That helps bring the subject matter close to you. I call this one a delicate balance, and we're actually referring to this here and this here, which are both very fragile in terms of nature. The background for this, this had to be just right, and it's the one time that I use solvent, and then with a very wet, saturated mineral spirit brush, I go across it like this so that I get a nice smooth transition. And that was the whole thing about this piece, was this blue. Had to be this blue in order for this orange to be that orange. So, so then the foreground became wax pastel because it's not, I don't need a focus on it. I just need a big blotch of color. I love the human quality of the sculpted forms of the rocks, but I don't put humans in my in my paintings. To me, it's about nature. This is one where I contemplated putting in people because I want to see the scale. A normal size 6-foot person comes up to about here. Now, I would stand about here with these rocks. So these stones are very human in scale. They're not colossal. Although all around it are the canyon that is very sculptural. This one is called the Canyon Whisperer because it looks like there's a mouth here saying, "Yo, come here."